ain't been the same, things have changed, can I kick it? People acting different, so I asked, can I? Before I went live, they ain't know what I was. Ain't no one alive that could do what I does. Wait, need a light here just to catch my buzz. Need Sprite here just to catch my cup. Now they don't really talk about us. Now they don't really talk about love. Honestly, they ain't never seen too much. What's love to a guy with a bag? What's heart to a guy with some cash? What's pain to a guy that's mad? Said. What's broke to a guy with a mask? What's broke to a guy with a plan? I just wanna kick it, that's all I ask. Like, let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask, can I?
You should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't down once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Detroit Lions. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
26-yard line.
First and 10, Stafford. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Galladay hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are going to take a first quarter lead. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0.
The score, Lions 7.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
5-yard line. The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And right away, he'll look to throw.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. This is caught inside the 15. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Touchdown.
Hollywood, Marquise Brown with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game.
Kick is good.
And he knocks it through.
That ties the game at 7. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing at the receiver where he was going, and then they were able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
The result of the play is a turnover on down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Jackson from the shotgun. That is caught at the 7. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That's good for 28 yards. They'll run with Dobbins. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
How many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. The first down carry here for Johnson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First down, Lions on a pickup of 13.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. Touchdown, Detroit! Kenny Galladay with a second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
He's got him in, complete. And he'll be out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go band of brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
They'll try to run with Dobbins. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
One more time with Dobbins. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have broken the tie. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21.
21. Lions 14.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Out of the gun, Stafford. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. He finds an opening past the 40. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. A gain of 32 that time.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
Down there, but it's incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
He was covered by Patrick Queen.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw again. Stafford. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
1st and 10.
But this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. He'll run it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. The man is held. He's got it. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Lions' 37-yard line.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
The score, Ravens 21, Lions 14.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. This is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Jackson going to get this out to Brown. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
I'm ready to take over, baby. Staying, no.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins. Touchdown number 22 on the season as the Ravens push further out in front. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
Ravens 28, Lions 14.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together tries a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Throwing deep for Galladay. And that will be incomplete. third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll run with a former Bulldog. It's the rookie DeAndre Swift. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Brings up 3rd down and 12.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
A first half update now from Philadelphia. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. And the Chiefs have jumped out to double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run here with Dobbins. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Dobbins on the carry.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Jamie Collins in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
It's 3rd down. 3rd and long.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. This one caught by Davis. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
A 56-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. I'm talking about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Aaron Donald in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Aaron Donald. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And now we're going to get a delay of game. And that's going to back him up halfway. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Just beating the play clock. Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield.
48-yard line.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And he fires one incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. And it's second down. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Hopefully Tracy Walker. And he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Got a man, that's Allison. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down. Stafford looks to throw again. Looking downfield for Jones. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Intended for Marvin Jones. Incomplete. Coverage by Keanu Neal.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. A final shot before the break. Stafford. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Ravens ready to receive it. And they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Coleman when they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half.
Looking for Hutchinson, and he's got him. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hawkinson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And thanks to the interception, the Lions offense cashes in with 6. Prater for the extra point. And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Here's Dobbins. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
2-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's third down.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
On the return, Johnson. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
The ball carrier.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
They're on the stop.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
He's going to let this go deep for Allison. And that is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down.
32.
So they will go for it. Stafford. This is incomplete. A real head scratcher there. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. But down 2 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it, and it didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
1st down.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. About 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Taken down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. And he'll be
brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
6 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They're going for it with Dobbins. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. So the decision to go for it turns out to be a good one. They get a couple of yards, and as a result, the drive keeps moving. It's now 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Handling for the goal line. He loses the football. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Justice Hill with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
38. Lions 21.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it 6 points in. They've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of it.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And finally, he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15.
1st and 10.
And a guy that can change the game shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit. Throwing again. Stafford. That is caught at the 7-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape, and that is not going to get it done. And that is going to be incomplete. Looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Ravens are going to get the football back.
It's a turnover on downs.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, and their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Another run here with Dobbins. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Dobbins. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And now Jackson will look to throw him. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Dobbins. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Jackson. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
And it's 3rd down.
Jackson from the shotgun. He gets it to Brown, complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 12-yard line. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 15-yard line.
Misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop him on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Aaron Donald, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. The shotgun snap for Stafford. Oh, hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And then they just submitted. A return for a late touchdown.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Ravens 52, Lions 21. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
The man has got it complete. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me.
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for him.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film. But this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
For Baltimore. The tackle by Jeff Okuda. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 19-yard line.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
27.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called beat.
Kick it and go. Kick it and kick it and go. We'll step on, spin, move, and zone, go. Stop the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go. We'll step on, spin, move, and zone, go. Stop the sideline, a touchdown,
watching me ball. Soon as I snap, hit of the pack, walk for the sack.